her spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against
I got it going on.
Yahweh.
Right? Okay.
So that's the purpose of it.
Be
Because
careful, it's a mic
her
on here you
sins
don't
have
want to cover up,
reached
so I'll
unto
probably
heaven,
hold
she
it.
said.
Again, brother.
Can't stand for it.
It says,
Yeah, I forgot what happened to that. I don't know what happened to that piece, man. Yeah,
it says, put yourselves in this is Jeremiah 50:14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon, round about, all ye that bend above. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh. So basically it says, hey, look, the reason for it is because Babylon has sinned against the Most High. Their sins have reached unto heaven. You got
slavery of the Israelites.
Slavery,
that's number one, because the scriptures talk about the controversy of Zion. It's with the things that they've done against us.
Right.
Because we know that the Most High, He knows that the heathens are idol worshippers, but it's the fact that they push their wickedness on us and defiled His people.
Right.
Now they got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one of the things that they pushed was, right now, prime example, DC Comics just came out with a GAY Superman.
Right, yeah.
That's
supposed to be Superman.
Right.
Superman, you dropped the ball, nigga. You're supposed to raise your son to be a manly man.
Man, that was Omni-Man that wouldn't happen.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Even in those comics, his son turned out to be a warrior kid.
Right. And Omni-Man can take you any day, Superman.
Yeah.
Which is basically Superman. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Right. Because, Superman, coming up, you think of the #1 most powerful superhero as a kid, everybody kind of acknowledged Superman. He had that super strength, he had the lasers going out his eyes, fly, going at the speed of a bullet. That was the man back then, besides, DBZ characters. You got a couple other nice ones too. But here you are, you're going to take the #1 image that children looked up to as masculinity and power, Superman, and you're going to flip it, man, and make him a damn Momo. Hey, that's sins that have reached up to heaven, man, because you're polluting the minds of children. So all this generation coming up right now, these kids that are, between the ages of 1 and 12, there's going to be so many damn undesirables.
Yeah, that's the sentiment they pushing on the kids. They pushing that, and that's another thing too. It's a shame that your kids got to grow up in this system, because now they can say, well, if we don't let your kids learn this, they're basically child neglect. You got this thing by the name of Rachel Levine. I think that's that fucking street shark looking bitch name. They want your kids, man. Yeah. That's a scary looking thing, man. You know what I'm saying? That thing looks very vicious. It looks like a street shark.
Right.
Oh yeah. Straight up, man. And this is the motherfucker you're supposed to take. This is the motherfucker you're supposed to take advice from. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about you peasy head ass Americans, man, you got the North Korean army over there training in top martial arts, man, busting bricks on their chest, and yet you motherfuckers in America worried about switching your anatomy down here, man. Right. You're more concerned with switching your fucking roles besides training for the battle.
Yeah, like your brothers remember them army commercials that came out like a few months ago, where it had the soldier. She was a soldier, and she had 2 moms. That's the shit the American military is worried about. Like in comparison to our contrast to what the brothers bringing out about China. Them motherfuckers over there breaking bricks with their head. The North Koreans, they breaking bricks and shit. Them niggas they ready for glass. What do you? Okay. A hardened Chinese male soldier versus a female American infantry member. What do you think gonna happen, man? He gonna smash that bitch to pieces.
It's twisted up.
Get twisted up, man.
Literally twisted.
So when it speaks about the sins, another sin that's heavily prevalent by the time the missiles get shot off is gonna be the persecution of the prophets. Because America by that time is gonna be guilty of slaying a few brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as brothers getting their head put in the guillotine and all that, getting persecuted for the name of Yahweh Shah, Most High is gonna be indignant above everything else when that happens. Because when niggas die, it's a nigga, man. He's still an Israelite, but when it talks about Because the scriptures say that precious in his sight are the death of his saints. You know what I'm saying? Because we're the ones made holy. We're the ones that sincerely want to serve the Most High. So how much more when Esau is sitting here hardcore persecuting us, calling us conspiracy theorists and all this other shit? Because they put blanket terms on us that can be applied to everyone else, but it's gonna be a time when they're gonna look specifically for us.
Hey, but remember they called us the prophets of doom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was straight out blatant prophets of doom. That's why they set up all these so-called attacks, man, these shootings and so forth. You notice a lot of these people look like jihadists and shit. They got turbans on, you know, and slowly but for surely they're gonna start trickling down to this shit. It's the truth, man. And it's simple. Only thing you gotta do is pay a nigga to dress up like one of us and go do some dumb shit. That's your way to infiltrate us right there.
Right.
If you're technically honest.
Yeah, man. They did that with that synagogue shit.
Yeah. But no, they actually have a motherfucker that look like you. They can go get an ex-disgruntled member. Somebody like Egghead or Nazariah. So you know what, Nazariah, we'll pay you 50 bands right now. Put on your garment out there. You look like you want to blow some shit up. Right. I'm saying scream out Yahweh while you do it. Say Yahweh Akbar. Whatever that bullshit Allah Akbar bullshit you niggas talking about. You know? You got Joel 2. Go ahead, brother.
It's Joel 2:1.
That's perfect because it's times right.
Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
Right, and how we're doing that, by bringing out these prophecies, man. Telling the Israelites, look, repent, come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Call on the name of the Lord. Get out of your father, stop playing games with the Lord, man. Because you got niggas out here that's still playing games, bro. You got women out here still playing games. Here we're bringing out the precept upon precept. We're proving and making the way, we're rightly dividing the word of truth. Breaking down the precepts line upon line. And niggas are still playing games with this truth, man. Oh, I don't accept that. I don't like the fact you guys can have multiple wives. Well, then fuck you, get out of here.
That's right.
Go ahead, man.
It says, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh.
Right, and what's the land is talking about, bro?
Just America, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Babylon.
I was going to say that not even happening right now because you see people just walking around leisurely, but just wait till more prophecies start kicking off. Motherfuckers gonna be out here going crazy. It says, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness.
Right, so you got to understand when the prophets wrote the prophecies, they thought it was going to happen in their lifetime. Most prophets thought that it was going to come to pass in their life. That's why they didn't really understand what they wrote, because if you look at the way that the scriptures are formulated through the symbology, like the brother broke down earlier about 200,000, they didn't deal with that type of quantity there. You know what I'm saying? That's superseding. So it had to be talking about a later time, because in the ancient world you didn't have flying serpents or missiles, or so to speak.
Right.
The only thing that was capable of doing that type of damage in the ancient world was the chariots. You know? Go ahead,
It says, as the morning spread upon the mountains, and when it's morning on the mountains, you ever see when clouds overshadow the mountains? That's what it's talking about. It says, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So basically that's speaking of the nuclear missiles. Because that day of darkness and cloudiness, if I could pull out this picture, man. There's a picture that shows you, man. You see that? That's that day, man.
Yeah.
That's that day of darkness and cloudiness. If you see that mushroom cloud, it's darkness around it. Because what? That destruction spreads to the atmosphere and it blocks out the sun. So that's what's gonna happen when these missiles get shot off, man. And it says, I have this definition. I looked up nuclear destruction. It says nuclear weapons are the most destructive, inhumane, and indiscriminate weapons ever created.
Wait, indiscriminate. Didn't the scripture say they should ravage the bastard children in Isaiah 13? Indiscriminate. So the missile is not going to turn around because it sees a kid there. It's going to hit. It's not going to stop because you trans T, you know? It's going to happen because it's going to happen. That's why I say indiscriminate, inhumane, man.
Yeah.
It says a single nuclear bomb detonated over a large city could kill millions of people.
Yeah.
The use of tens or hundreds of nuclear bombs would disrupt the global climate,
Right,
causing widespread famine.
That's why it says the earth should rock to and fro like a drunkard, man, because those missiles are gonna set off other trickle effects.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know?
That climate, you know, that's why I think it speaks about in Revelation 8 where it says that wormwood, how after the missile dropped, it polluted everything around it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's gonna be massive pollution happening behind the missiles dropping, man.
Yeah.
You
Come.
got still got
Yeah.
spots in Hiroshima that's still radioactive from the last bomb dropped. And what happens also is those particles cause something called a nuclear winter. So it's going to be cold as shit. You got the sun blocked out, you're going to have snow, but it's not going to be regular snow. It's going to be radiated fucking ash flakes falling from the sky.
Yeah, because they did donate a warhead over Kansas City. It would clearly block that sun out.
Yeah.
And it clearly looked like, that's why it says they booked it in the noonday. The noonday weather is supposed to be dark in the noonday, but paraphrasing. It's going to be dark over there, man.
And talk about the lack of food, because any rain that comes is going to be poisonous. Just like if you burn an oil field, if you burn an oil field too much, one of them the oil factories and shit like that, when it blew up over there in the Middle East, they said it literally rained oil. They showed you that movie, what's that movie called? Jarhead. They showed you in the movie Jarhead, it literally physically started raining oil from the sky.
Damn.
Imagine the pollution in that thing. It's getting in your crops. Imagine liquid fucking radiation coming on all the fucking breadbasket of America.
That's why it says come up here for the season, man. Hey, Spirit, it's going to be a lot of radiation around the earth. A lot of people going to be dying from radiation poisoning too. You know what I'm saying? They're like, well, that's going to be impossible for y'all to survive. No, we don't have spiritual power, dumbass. So when we come down on those ships, we'll be able to walk through radiation. We'll be able to walk through that shit. We don't have those new bodies.
Mhm.
Well, the Lord could use spiritual powers to clean it up too, easy. After the heathens go into slavery, after people who were supposed to die, and they got to serve slavery, because pretty much the rest of the world is going to be a wasteland. Well, really America, but all the parts where the cities used to be, when you take the heathen out, the earth is going to get restored back to its proper place. So they're going to be in our land building up our kingdom while the rest of the earth is just getting replenished and restored.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? Because due to the human contact, it's just pollution every goddamn where, man. These cities, these people need to go into slavery, man. What's going on?
Hey, that's the Spirit, man. I was at a landfill 2 weeks ago, man. I said that Esau destroyed the earth. He literally got a landfill right in the middle of the damn city. You're supposed to take trash so far out the city and burn it, man, because of the pollutants that come with it. Yet this guy has a little landfill in the middle of Kansas City. How many people are dying from those gases? Because they turn and they melt it down to gas. That's when they start with the recreation, build the parks and all that shit up. But nonetheless, people are dying from that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So this man has to go.
Right.
So imagine how this city and this country is going to look when the Lord levels it. It's going to be a complete desert. You ain't going to be able to say, oh, that was Cottage Grove. Oh, that used to be Harold's Chicken. Oh, shit, that's Gates. You ain't going to be able to look at it and tell.
Right.
There's going to be no fucking landmarks over here. It's going to be a giant desert. Craters and shit. Because the scripture says it's going to be divided up into 3 parts. You might have California that's broken off somewhere. Texas don't even exist no more. It ain't going to look like that shape it used to look.
Right. Right.
There's a tectonic plates going to shift from that the force of those blasts.
And you notice majority of the West Coast, I think from Colorado going west, is built on the volcano there. Ley lines, fault lines. Most of this country is built on fault lines.
Right.
So it's just like a giant bomb any goddamn way, man. You know how like in those movies and shit, how they have technology and centers and shit? Like certain things becomes like active weapons. Once they done with it, then it turns to a bomb and destroys everything. That's basically what this place is. Because Missouri sits on a major fault line.
Yeah.
Like if the San Andreas fault line was to erupt today and it was powerful enough, we sit on a New Madrid fault line.
Right.
This motherfucking state would literally collapse and disintegrate, man.
Yeah.
And a good depiction of that was that movie 2012. They showed you that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Like I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I saw like this like kind of a random thought, but how the spirit that the Saiyans were in, how they conquered every planet that they went to. We had Raditz. He was trying to awaken Goku on that spirit to try to make him like, look, you didn't do your job when you got put on Earth. You were supposed to kill all these motherfuckers so you can inhabit this place. But that's how the spirit's gonna be after these missiles drop, and after the Israelites come off the ships, man. The Lord gonna give us missions, man. You go over here, you wipe out that city, take all the women, and we're gonna be slaves.
This is gonna be nothing but straight killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you don't comply, we're gonna make slaves out of you. We're gonna kill you. And and it could be whole cities, they just so wicked, we gotta kill everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you know you're still gonna have wicked jakes over in other parts of the world. Wicked ass jakes.
Bunch of right burn motherfuckers flying around.
And it ain't gonna, bro, it's gonna be fun, man. This planet is here. You think of it, you like, okay. See, when you think of something like that, you gotta think above and beyond. Okay, you see us just coming out of ships and taking over France and fucking Morocco and Western Europe and all them places like that. But you gotta visualize it, man. These are huge countries, man.
Yeah.
Okay, these are huge
Billions of
countries.
people.
Yeah, easily. How many people can you fit in Western Europe alone? Shit, about 4 billion, easily. 5?
Yeah.
Easily. Now let's go down to the land of Canaan. Let's go down to Africa, man. Just imagine how many motherfuckers down there be, and it's gonna be a pleasure cleaning you fucking Hamites up, man.
Yeah.
We just gonna go through and decimate you. I pray
Right.
Yahweh Shai send me down there to Ham, man.
Right.
Or the more.
Damn, the black woman hit a new low, man. First it's the white man, that's just dealing with the China man, man. Our women are fucking pathetic, man. Straight up.
Got another precept.
It's a damn shame. Go ahead,
Ridiculous,
Alex.
man.
It's the book of Revelation 6, verse 12. And I beheld. when he had-
Sometimes you gotta call these motherfuckers out on their bullshit. You gotta call these fucking people out sometimes. You know? Because they need to be told about themselves, man. And it's really a spit in our face into the Most High when you come by in that spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, man.
Revelation 6 and 12. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth prepared, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell into the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
Right, because when you see those warheads, they look like stars, man. And then also you got one in Matthew 24 chapter when it goes into the elites, the stars of heaven, going into the elites and so forth. But hey, when those missiles drop, they're gonna look like literal stars, man. Because he didn't have the terminology of nuclear missiles in the Bible, man. That's why you gotta use your imagination. And today, that's why we say the scriptures are written for this day. Wasn't written for back then, man. Go ahead.
And it says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And
That
every,
represents the rush of the clouds, because the clouds fold upon themselves. All that residue of the smoke, it folds over in the heavens. Just like a scroll, when you're wrapping up a scroll, it folds out. When you open it up, it folds out. Just like that's what it's trying to say.
Look at the heart. Look at the scrolls.
Yeah.
Folds out.
right.
Fine.
And that's spiritual, because that's like your destruction is right here is written. So we're reading from the scroll right now. And the Lord made it beautiful to the way the crowds are going to unfold. Hey, he's reading you your death right there. You see that cloud? It's a wrap for you. And when you chop that cloud in half, it actually moves the exact same direction. It has a spiral.
So it rolls up again.
It says, and the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. That goes with what the brother just talked about, how, you know, this place is going to be divided up. You're going to have California shifted all the way somewhere else. It's going to be all different.
It's going to change the whole landscape. Like the way the earth looks, when you got South America down there and North America and China, it's going to be shifted up. I mean, we don't know exactly how it's going to look, but how devastated, different it is, but it's going to be different.
Yeah, you can know it's not going to be intact.
And we know that for without a shadow of a doubt, America is going to be a desert. Every portion was continental United States is going to be a desert. You know what I'm saying? It's going to burn perpetually too. You know? And it's a memorial unto its wickedness. You know?
There's also, when you look at the certain landmarks, such as Mount St. Helens, that volcano, when that goes off, that's going to cause enough shifting right there. The whole half of the fucking mountain will be blown out. So when you have the nukes hit, it's going to set off all these hidden volcanoes. You got places, even over here in Kansas City, that's sleeping, waiting to be shifted. We don't know what they call the Madrid fault, I believe.
Yeah, that's why they have so many hills out here, because they're due for they had a major earthquake
says,
100 years ago.
There's a scripture that says the rivers shall turn to pitch. And pitch is like a oily substance that burns, and it's like black.
Right.
So that's what the rivers are going to turn into, man. It's a process of that fire.
Right. So that's going to be a lot of destruction when you can visualize that. You see the missiles hit, you see all the fire from that. You can visualize the volcanoes erupting and exploding. You can visualize and see the destruction from all the earthquakes that's going to happen, and all the plates shifting all over the world. Everything's about to be just wrecked, man. That's going to be the true power you're going to see of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
You know, it's so beautiful for a blue because we don't see it from up there. You know what I'm saying? And the cherries are so cold, and this is when your imagination starts to take over, because you ask yourself this: when you go up there, like we just watching shit burn from the top. But see, you want to experience it close and personal. You know, the cherries can zoom in on certain shit. They can just zoom, like, the cherry's way out there, and we see it in the middle of the night sparkling. You know that cherry can literally get up and close, like it can see you face to face. That's how the angels able to hear you, man. The technology of the Lord is so beyond this time. So when those missiles are dropping and we're up there watching, the Most High Yahweh Shah is gonna actually allow us to see it hitting people, man. You're gonna literally hear these people scream. You know what I'm saying?
I want to see every fucking demonic ass bitch I dealt with zoomed in and watch her fucking slowly cook and burn.
Yeah, you're gonna burn, man. That's a horrific death, man. The burn alive, that's the worst death in the world, man. Burning alive is worse than drowning. But they say equivalent to drowning, feeling like you're on fire on the inside.
Yeah.
You know? You got more on that, Joel, too. Give me a revelation.
Yes, it says, Joel 2 and 3, is speaking of the missiles, right? It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. So that represents the missiles shooting through the atmosphere, because they actually enter to the Van Allen belt, and they come back down, and them coming back down breaks the sound barrier, and it causes the elements before it to melt.
Imagine how loud it's gonna be.
Yeah, and the fire behind it, which is the rocket propulsion. That's what it's explaining. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, meaning you got these parks, you got people, you know what I'm saying? You got
like right now,
Yellowstone Park, which is like, you know, all kind of wolves and bears and deer and plants out there. So the land is as Eden before them.
you know what solidifies that scripture too? When you saw the movie Terminator 2, everybody's in peace, paradise, and all of a sudden, like
park,
like right now, right? Let's just say
Kids
right now,
playing.
if they just shot a missile over here, all of a sudden, nobody's expecting it, man.
Right.
You know?
It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing should escape these missiles, man. That's why the scripture say they're not going to break his rings. Got GPS on them. They know where to go. They can maneuver in the air. The scripture referred to them as flying serpents, fiery serpents. So you people ain't going to get a chance to get out of Babylon the Great once those missiles are hit, especially when the brother said that they travel how fast again?
14,000 miles an hour, man.
Shit, man. You ain't going to have a chance to blink.
Yeah.
You'll be on the toilet taking a shit and your ass, all of a sudden your ass is fucking on fire, man.
Yeah. Think about how fast a bullet moves. It moves 20 times faster than that. And it's a big ass missile where it weighs 100 tons.
And with that type of megatons, with that shit, those kilotons, because they measure by kilotons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Megatons in
megatons.
the, yeah.
So imagine when that hit at that type of velocity, because if you study physics, man, you know that the more force that exuberates, the harder the impact.
Yeah.
So,
Shockwave.
man,
That's the earthquake right there. It
Yeah.
says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run.
right, because a horse represents power, man. Horsepower. That's how power that goes makes sense. 14,000 miles an hour, horsepower, man.
Yeah.
Horses represent strength. So it ain't just gonna be some grenades falling out the sky, fire in the hole. No, These gonna be full-fledged rockets, man. That's gonna fall right on top of you people's fucking heads, man. Go ahead.
It says, like the noises of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble.
You people are the stubble. You're gonna be the stubble. You're gonna be the grass. It's gonna be
Like when you
burnt up.
throw the little leaves, the little kindles in the bonfire to keep it going, man. That's the kindle. That's the stubble that the people are gonna be. Because I mean, you people are wicked as hell, man. People got plans of retiring at age 65. You know what I'm saying? Living out your pipe dreams. Niggas wanna be rappers. No, nigga, you gonna be a stubble, man. You gonna be ashes, man.
That's funny when Jake be talking about their aspirations for the future. It be these boys
Yeah.
like I'm working with, he training me and shit. I be hearing him in the car, he like, man, I'm gonna get a 500,000. My partner, my rich white partner, he gonna sell his house to me. Back in my mind, I'm like, let me get this food in a minute talking that bullshit. In your 60s, you talking about buying a $500,000 house. Ain't too late for that. Stay where you at, bro. But that's beautiful though, because hey, the Most High, like they said before, he's the ultimate fuck up of plans, man. The Most High's gonna disrupt all these people. Like they're building up new developments as we speak. North Kansas City. You have Kansas City North and North Kansas City. It's kind of retarded, bro. They're literally building up new $400,000, $500,000 houses as we speak. They're cutting out woods and they're building up these new developments as we speak. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, who's gonna be able to live in these things? Who's gonna afford this shit?
Right.
They shall build out.
Yeah, but destroy. So that shows you the pride of Esau. Because in his mindset, he's not focused on the destruction. He's like, I'm gonna build these cribs up, I'm gonna tax these people to death, and I'm gonna become a fucking trillionaire off their ass. But that shit is getting ready to be thrown down there, man.
It says, as a people, as a strong people set in battle array, before their face the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. So that means that when these people actually see the missiles coming down on them, they're gonna be afraid.
Glittering over there.
They're gonna be super afraid, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like that movie I mentioned, X-Men Apocalypse, when they seen those missiles getting shot off, man. Yeah, Stan Lee looking, holding his wife, he was looking like, oh shit. You know?
Oh yeah, like the movie The Knowing and shit.
Yeah.
Saw the end when they was all hugging each other, they was all in the living room and shit.
People was going crazy outside.
The beast of destruction, a sweeping agent, man. People gonna be fucking stubborn.
That's right.
Can't wait till you motherfuckers burn up in this society, man. You niggas deserve it. You you wicked as all hell, man.
Yeah, what it says in the Christian Standard Bible, verse 6, it says, nations writhe in horror before them. All faces turn pale.
Yeah, because they didn't shock like that.
Yeah. That was a gaping.
And the beautiful thing is gonna be televised.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the beauty of it. It's gonna be televised. That's how the nations knew, because it was televised. And on top of that, so many missiles are gonna be hit. You can see it from the other side of the world. That's why it says they heard the cry at their fall from the Red Sea. So you can literally look across the continent of what dwells from the land of Canaan and the land of Israel, high quarters, and you're gonna see the missiles dropping, man. And it's gonna be broadcasted, breaking news. America was just struck by thermonuclear fire. We don't know if there's any casualties or any survivors left of the dead.
Shit.
The chariots being zoomed in onto. You can see all that they're gonna see. Look at all the spaceships there and watching. They were beaming up some individuals. We don't know what happened to those individuals.
And Esau gonna get so proud. You know how like when news broadcast, breaking news, the helicopter follows you around. I've been trying to send helicopters over here, man. And find and see the destruction. They gonna, oh shit, we gotta turn around. And the missile gonna hit your ass. The chariot gonna zap you out the sky, man. Because what the missiles don't get, the chariot's gonna finish off. Because to be honest with you, the chariots can destroy the land of America by itself, but the Most High wanted to be a little bit more special than that. He's gonna double up on this place.
Right. He allowed Esau to kill himself with his own blessing.
Yep.
It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks.
Right, so a missile ain't gonna say, oh shit, my bad, bro.
Right.
No, man, if you ever seen them shits can shoot, diagonal, zigzag, all types of shit, man. It's cold-blooded, man. The Most High gave this devil the technology to literally eviscerate himself.
The beautiful part about it, what the brother just read, Jake invented that part of the missile guidance system. That was invented by Jake. So that's the irony in that, man. Esau's sword that he uses, he's so proud of, the shit that Jake put up in there is gonna fuck it up and be the exact same thing that's gonna guide it to his own destruction.
Right.
That's beautiful, man, the way the Lord set that up. And even though Esau got that fucking sword, that blessing, he let Jake touch it and fuck with it just a little bit to where that guidance system is gonna fuck up Esau.
It says, neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
That's right, man. When they fall in this place, the missiles ain't gonna say, ouch, that hurt. No, man, it's not gonna say that. They're gonna target exactly what they need to target. They're gonna hit exactly what they need to hit. Go ahead.
It says, they shall run to and fro in the city, and they shall run upon the wall.
That's right. The wall goes into the defense system. Because if you think of a wall was put in the house to protect you from the outside elements. So that's what it's talking about. It's going to bypass Esau's defense system. Because if you look at Esau, he's so proud. He don't even put money in his defense. He said, "Oh, we're good," because he's so focused on offense and obliterating the other party to the point he's not even going to pay attention to the nigga. Step your defense game up. Defense wins games, not offense. So you spending fucking $1.3 billion on new fighter jets and different supersonic missiles, because they got some shit too. But my thing is, what about your defense? Your defense systems are totally outdated. Outdated, man. So what you should do is have some of them scientists that work at the Pentagon to up your defense system, but you're too proud to do that.
It says, they shall enter in at the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
That's right, man. It says like a window coming in from the atmosphere. Boom. And then let's get technical too. They got underwater nuclear warheads too that can hit this place from underneath. You think of it that way.
Yeah, the
Tsunamis,
submarines.
too. That's one of Russia's weapons. It specifically causes a tsunami, a detonation underneath the ocean.
Could level your whole fucking state, man.
It says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his camp, for his camp is very, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide in it?
Right, man. So ain't no goddamn pre-tribulation rapture coming for you Christians. If that was the case, you'd be out of here already, man. And that's another thing too. Then I wanted to get on you Christians a little bit too. How the fuck are you to escape the judgment to come when you have a license to sin? I thought the scriptures say the Lord hated sinners, man. So if it was a rapture, you ain't going no goddamn way. Are you pork eating niggas out there? You ain't going no. You gonna sit your ass down here and you gonna face this judgment like everybody else. Because the scriptures say, hey, the hour of temptation come upon the whole world, everybody, man. We even gonna have to see and go through certain shit to prove our fucking faith and worthiness, man. What make you think you simple, peasy-head Christians not gonna deal with that? You exempt? And just by you saying that proves that that's a pumping spirit, man. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get raptured. Show me in the Bible where the pre-tribulation rapture is. It don't exist, man.
Ain't no such thing. That's what a lot of these Christians think. They get caught up in that movie based off of the book Left Behind.
Left Behind, yeah.
They think their clothes is gonna hit the floor.
Nigga
Everybody's
flying a
gonna
plane and all of a sudden he gets zapped up, the plane crash, and you come outside, you see Jordans and fucking fitted hats and shit on the
ground.
Niggas freshly out of adultery, but yeah, you called on Jesus Christ and get baptized to heaven. Yeah, right.
No, it ain't working like that. Maybe to the hopeful elect, we're gonna get beamed up before the message hit. Lord's will, I'll be one of them.
See, that's the spirit, bro. Look at this. Look, that's the North Koreans, man.
I seen that video.
Yeah, bro.
This week.
Oh, yeah, and I did a video on it, bro.
Dude had a sledgehammer, hit his fist, and used his elbow to crack the bricks. Some dude took a sledgehammer and hit the top of his fist and he cracked the bricks with his elbow.
Which that could easily break your arm, but
they condition. These are those lion-like men that David, what was his name? His mighty men. When he slew 800 men. But then you had what's my boy name, man? I think
it might have been
start with an A, I think.
Was it Elkanah or is it Elishama? What
Nah,
Hey,
he
Asa?
said he slew a lion-like man of Moab. That's these guys here, man. And you know why they training for? Because they know that America's gonna be invaded. Before the missiles hit, you're gonna have an invasion of foreign troops.
Right.
They're practicing to piece you Americans up, man. Why you think you all tough with your MMA,
Right.
with your wrestling and shit? Man,
Mhm.
these gooks, these Gurkha troops, they gonna come over here and they gonna fold y'all niggas up, man.
The scriptures say they show fanner.
Yeah.
You're looking at word fan, it goes into, you know, little pickpocket punching bag, little I'm poking at you, little invasions type shit. Same thing happened in Rome. The barbarian tribes would come in there and they would start ransacking Rome from all angles, man. Just taking punches, just picking them apart, like guerrilla warfare. So this is great. They showed you in that movie Red Dawn, the first one. Showed you that too.
But it's crazy though because they're gonna have an invasion before they already over here.
Right.
These type of fighters, they're coming in like military, man. This is when the scriptures say the enemy should come in as a flood. It ain't gonna just be all Edomites. You're gonna have a straight platoon of different nations, man.
Right.
And the way they training like this now, they getting ready. While you people over here eating McDonald's, you know, you living a hunky-dory lifestyle, you taking selfies and shit.
leisure.
Yeah, leisure. You know, you literally get your fucking limb pulled out of your leg, man.
And they wait to get them, snatch up them little holes like down there, that fucking blue dress and red dress down there, man. Hey, them other troops and foreign troops, they practicing. They
Yeah.
finna have their way with you women out here.
Because they know American women are sluts compared to their women. And plus, that's just a natural thing of war. In war, women get raped, man. Well, that's what's gonna happen. That's an ancient custom. Like, if you look up what the I think it was the German troops when they entered Russia, or it could have been vice versa. But when it was during World War II, it was a city. Every woman got raped. Man. Every woman got raped. Every woman. Because I remember a brother did a video on it, but that's wartime nature. That's what it is. Because men are predators and women are prey.
Right.
Yeah,
A woman is not a predator. She's not a warrior. She's not a fighter. You are spoils of battle. You are something there for a man to stick his dick in when he feels horny in times of war, man.
that's why it's called booty.
Or make him food, whatever, man. Or to be a fucking merchandise. And for different men, for food. Because women are going to be food to certain wicked niggas. And you eat your ass up.
And that kills me when women say they don't need a man. All right, you don't have a man, you're going to get grabbed.
Right now, you don't.
Yeah, you look, you don't got a man, you're going to get grabbed up. Even if you do got a man, you're going to get grabbed up because your man going to be destroyed.
Right.
What the scriptures say, the mighty man of war, they men should be fighting a war. You women going to be left to fend for yourselves. And a lot of Jakes is walking away from these women right now, man. The only people that's gonna be left standing when this shit happen is the elect. And you see why we gonna need spiritual power, man. Because to be honest with you, we all grew up in Babylon the Great. We haven't been trained to be conditioned like what they were doing now. I mean, brothers is warriors. We get down with the best of them, but come on, man. Which one of you brothers is taking a sledgehammer to the fucking chest?
Right.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna be real. We grew up in this soft. They said hard men make soft times, okay? And soft time make weak men. Now we're not weak per se, but we're a lot weaker than what we should be. Because in the ancient world, man, we was a fucking force to be reckoned with. That's why the Lord's gonna put that spirit of a lion on us, man, and we're gonna shred you people up.
That video you just pulled up, he was doing that shit, being prepped in battle at a young age.
They hit the nigga on the ground, right? He took the sledgehammer, he was laying on broken glass on his back. He was on his back, and dude took the sledgehammer like a boulder, and he broke it on his chest. Boom! Most people would die from that type of rigorous training. That type of training causes you need to be conditioned for that. And a lot of times, that's too conditioned. You can die from the abuse alone.
Yeah, these people ain't ready for it,
You
man.
people ain't ready for it, man.
Instead, the United States military got TRANSs up in their fucking military.
Yeah.
Instead, that's what we got
If
going
you
on.
want to be a man or a woman.
We seen videos of Moab training like that. Meanwhile, if you was supposed to meanwhile in the United States, you got fucking,
Weak men.
you know what? In the military, man.
Yeah.
Crying about getting the jab or crying about not getting the jab.
That's why I made the comment earlier. They so focused on getting their shit changed to the point they ain't worried about nothing. As long as we can have one of them momos in the military, that shows you a society is weak and falling.
Right.
You have a lesser of the two in the military. Like women ain't supposed to fight in the war, man. Like they showed a video of this bitch, and I ain't gonna lie, she was kind of right. But they was basically tasing her. It was one dude, she grabbed the other dude's rod because she couldn't take the taser.
Yeah.
And they was like, you see women equality, this way it gets you. She couldn't take that taser, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now they got a women's draft coming up, man.
Good.
And you know, I mean, women's in the military right now. It gets to the point there might be even more women in the military than there is men at this point.
That's how you know the American military is done. They're gonna be fucking mowed down like it ain't shit. And you know that's one of the reasons why it's gonna have to get nuclear so fast.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51:29. It says, "And the land shall tremble in sorrow for every purpose of the Lord shall be formed against Babylon to make the land of Babylon a desolation without habitation." It says, "The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds, and their might have failed. They become as women, and they have burnt our dwelling places, and our bars are broken."
So that's all you that's all you the baby ass niggas right now. All these niggas, these women are lusting after these thugs, these drug dealers, these wannabes, these ex-pop and pill niggas, man. These dread-headed niggas that they're supposed to be quote unquote hard. They're gonna be the main ones that's gonna be crying like little bitches in the times of trouble.
They're born to fight. The nature of a woman is to be weak. Now you got all these fucking geeks out here that they just rather sit at their room with computers and send a drone strike out, man. What do you think those type of dudes gonna do when the enemy finds their location, raise where their shit is at? They gonna fucking be bitch. Hey, but you know that's why it says they shall remain in their holes. Because part of that prophecy is these motherfuckers that's sitting behind a computer screen sending strikes, man. Your bitch ass can't even go out to war.
Yeah.
'Cause you a fucking bitch, man.
Yeah.
Right?
Come.
There's something in their spirit that want them to have that long ass hair like that too.
Yeah.
They want to be women deep down.
Right.
In the ancient world, man, we used to go front lines, man.
Right.
Front lines with it to where if it's you and the man, you mano y mano, man. You gotta stab that dude through the face or some crazy shit.
And you might lose a man, bro.
Right. Yeah. Come.
Now, these men nowadays,
And the commanding general was on the battlefield with his people.
Right.
He wasn't sitting behind hosting a Monday night fucking talk show, man.
That's right.
Eating fucking church's chicken.
But y'all give them niggas in London their props, so to speak, in a certain sense, because if you compare them to what niggas are doing in America, they would rather shoot you from.
Right.
But in London, they just stab you.
Oh, y'all heard about that hack attack? They said motherfuckers getting fucking hit with bow and arrows and shit over there. They said motherfuckers
Well,
getting
a politician just got knife attacked and assassinated in London.
Yeah.
They said they're treating it as a terrorist.
Oh yeah. I heard about
Yeah,
that.
knife attacks are like gun attacks over here.
Yeah.
That's their weapon. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Jake like, all right, I'm finna get. Jake gonna pull out a butcher knife on your ass, man. And they cold with it.
What's common out there too is acid attacks too.
Yeah.
A nigga just walk by with a cup of fucking sulfuric acid and dump that shit in your face.
Oh, that happened to this woman, bro.
That's some
Think
wicked
she,
ass shit
that
right
happened
there.
To this chick. That happened to a couple women. I guess like she got into it with some bitch, and then a lady threw fucking acid on her ass, man. She was like on a TV zone show or some shit.
Yeah,
How the hell
come.
you just got acid in your pocket?
Yeah, come.
You know what I mean?
And acid will melt your shit.
Oh hell yeah, you be looking like that nigga from the Goonies. That nigga
Looking like
that was locked up.
melted ice cream shit, man. This is 2nd Ezra 16:33. The virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms. And why would they mourn because of that? Because that's no protection. When your husband or your so-called boyfriend goes off to the military, you got niggas out in this country. What they're gonna do to you? You're gonna mourn.
Oh yeah, old block niggas go to the military. Y'all like to shoot shit up. Go to the military. They'll gladly pull a 30-round drum in your gun. See, niggas scared to shoot it outside. He'll shoot at everybody that's hood though. As soon as he get that drum, man, I ain't trying to go to war. Nigga, you been in war your whole life.
Right.
This is right up your alley.
You're too bitch made. All the niggas, they have the same mentality. They won't join the military, but they call themselves a soldier. They identify themselves as a fucking soldier.
It says, the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. Meaning it's showing you the departure of men from women. Because there's going to be a draft. There's going to be situations where a lot of men die. It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. And you know what it's talking about in the wars? It doesn't just mean World War III. It's talking about all the clashes that's going to happen here as well. All the clashes. You're gonna have there people who, you know, oh, remember that movie, Bushwick? When that woman, she was walking with her mans in the beginning of the movie.
Nigga going
This nigga
upstairs,
went-
his fucking head was on fire.
got this shit blown off, man. He walked up, he said, no, you stay here, I'm gonna go check.
Sipping and shit.
He
Got
came
his
back,
ass knocked.
his whole shit was knocked off, man.
That's
Dang.
what you get for sipping, man. Hey, me and this brother went to a spot last night, man.
Yeah.
Bro, Jake, some bitch ass niggas, man. He came in and me cursing out some niggas, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But Jake straight bitch made, bro. We was sitting at this table, so some niggas and like some chicks and shit, kind of like at the table we was at, but we was like in our own little cut. So it was this one effeminate nigga, bro, just a goofy. And he was enticing this one bitch, man. I'm just sitting there looking. I'm like, man, I'm like, if she go for this nigga, I'm like, that shows you how far gone you people are, bro. I mean, this nigga was a straight simp, buying them everybody drinks. I said, nigga, you doing all that, you better be fucking, bro. I'm be mad at you if you don't get it. Because women, they like simps, man. Ain't that right? Women love simps, don't they?
What was that?
Women love simps, don't they?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
You a simp?
You don't want to be a simp.
You a simp, ain't
Maybe
you?
your own man.
You a simp, ain't you?
Oh,
You is, because your woman walking ahead of you. She's supposed to be behind you, man. Bet you give her everything she asks for. And she still get rided out by Jake. You something. Go
Come.
ahead, brother, man. But it was some bitch ass niggas, man, where we was at yesterday. I'm like, man, Jake, this shit gotta stop, bro. I'm like, y'all the reason why these women are acting too entitled. Too goddamn entitled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, look at this madness, bro. Look at this. Come on. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
Isaiah. I got Isaiah 3 and 25. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 3, verse 25.